And I probably will again. So thanks guys for jumping on. I'm so excited for this Choose a Sign call and to see new faces on here. So basically I listened to, so it's like a post-summit call that I listened to by Josh Coates. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with him, but I heart him. And he basically works with John Maxwell, and he works with a lot of coaches and kind of helps them get out of their own mind, kind of like what we're talking about, and like stop overanalyzing things and just like simplify the business and make things better and easier. And yeah, just like be yourself and be unique to yourself. So basically this was coming out of the Beachbody Coach Summit. And he talks a lot about like how to use that energy and passion and build great momentum for your business. So like we all love the programs. We all are getting amazing results. We're excited about like the new things coming out for Beachbody. But how do we share that? How do we like help get that out to people to get them excited about coming on board? And excited to like either join our challenge groups or join our tribe, which would be even more awesome, and start like sharing the coaching opportunity with people and the products. So he really broke it out for like really simple. I feel like this topic is like, it can seem super broad. It's like how to use your energy and passion. Like, yeah, Heather, of course, like just exuberate it and talk to people and like show it. But he really kind of breaks it down and like how it associates with this business. So there's 3 steps that I'm kind of going to go through in order to give you like a high level of like really like what he talked about and what really got me excited to, you know, dig deeper into my business again and get really excited about talking to people and sharing my passions and, you know, how to do it in a way that feels good for me and really helps them. So the step 1 seems, again, like pretty obvious, but I'm going to break it down for you, is take immediate action. So, you know, when you have this energy and passion, whether it's you come off summit or you've just finished a program and you've crushed it, you're getting really great results, you're growing your team, and you're so excited about the people that are coming on. So you must like figure out in your business, like what does you need to do right now? So like he talked about, like I have a 6-figure business and most people like would be so excited about that. And honestly, guys, like that's where I'm at right now. Like I make 6 figures, and this is why I literally related to this so much, because he's like, why settle for that? Like in his mind, he's got to where he's wanted to be. He's reached goals that he set for himself. So he's like, I want a 7-figure business, like making his goals bigger, thinking about like, how can he connect with like, you know, what do I need to do with my business right now in order to get to where I want to be? So it doesn't need to be that for you, but like, what are your goals? Like, is it paying for a wedding? Is it buying a house? Is it paying off your debt? Is it being more financially stable? Which those are things for me too. Like I still have debt that I'm trying to pay off from my MBA when I was in London. I want to buy a house someday. I want to have more money in savings. So like all of these things, like what's the driving force? But then what do you need to do to take immediate action right now to get to where you want to be? So one of the main things he really talked about was like, you need to do the things you don't want to do. So like, what are those things that aren't sexy? And that made me laugh, because it was like, everyone loves the sexy things. Like everyone loves like for instance, Meg, I'm sorry, I'm gonna use an example. Like you love creating content. Like you love that. So like, and I thought of you so much about this training, because it was like, I'm thinking to myself, like Meg's great and she's crushing it, but like, what are the things that she's doing, like not doing, that she could be doing because she loves creating content? Like the things that you know you need to do in your business to grow it, but you don't want to do it because for you, they're not sexy. And the reason why I think about you is because you're kind of like the yin to my yang, I feel like, because I hate creating content. Like it's so out of my comfort zone. I'm like the other Meg on the call. Like I overthink it completely. And I'm like, oh, it's never good enough. Like even the trainings I have, I'm like, you know, I just honestly get all caught up in my head about like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't feel like I have the value to offer people. So one of the other fears for me is like live calls. I get super nervous even about doing these calls, and I get super nervous about doing live videos on Facebook. So like, but I know like those are the things that people are really attracting to right now. I know those are the things that are making social media like, you know, like you like show up more on people's pages or interacting with them, or like the whole hashtagging, getting more on board with Instagram, like totally out of my comfort zone, something I want to crush, but I just feel like I don't have the time, which is an excuse, obviously. So like think about those things as I'm going through this, like what are the things that aren't sexy for you because they're not going to be the same thing for everyone, and like that you should be doing to like drive your business forward. So these are the things that you will drive your business forward with because you don't like doing them. You're already doing like the things that you're naturally doing is because you love doing them. So use your energy and excitement to do the things that you don't want to do. Posts don't grow your business. Talking to people grows your business. So this is one of the things that's really hard for people is to think about like, who do I talk to? What do I say to people? How do I grow my network? I'm using Teamzy now, which I absolutely adore and love. It's just this amazing software that helps you get organized. It pulls in all of your Facebook contacts. It pulls in, you can add contacts into there. I just think it's amazing. It's really helpful to kind of go through and manage who you've already talked to and who you want to talk to. So find something that works for you in order to kind of organize it and get excited about like talking to people and growing your business. Create some scripts for yourself. We have a bunch of team scripts. I know that I do. I know that Meg Howe does on the call. So maybe that's something like we can share with people as well in order to help them get going. And kind of make it their own. Because again, like that kind of goes back to the content piece. Like, who are you? Who are you speaking to? And actually next week call is going to be on your avatar. So yeah, totally like, oh my God, it's going to blow everyone's mind and be so excited. Because I feel like I need to redo my avatar. I did it a little while ago and I just feel like I'm not speaking to the right people right now. So it's funny, like I have in here, like he was talking about like, we all love to create content, but if you don't have customers then you have no one to create it for, which is so true. Like, even though I don't like love creating content, the reality is like, if we're not bringing people in, if we're not talking to new people, if we're not growing our tribe, then our content's useless. And like, that's like devastating, honestly, for every coach, I think, because we spend so much time creating content and trainings and free groups but if we're not getting the right people in there, if we're not getting the people that can connect with us and that is our tribe, then it's not going to speak to them and it's not going to get them excited about joining a challenge group or jumping on board. It's funny, like yesterday I was like, I don't even know what to post. I'm so fucking busy with my day. Like, work was crazy. Like, I just found out yesterday at my day job, we lost our biggest client. I could get laid off. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. With that said, I'm like, I don't feel passionate to post today, but I love fall. And I love fashion and I love food. So I'm like, I don't know if you guys saw my post, but I'm like, hey, if I ran a free group about fall recipes, fashion, and yeah, shit, like, would you guys join? And so many people like were excited about it. So I was like, great. I didn't know what to post today, but that got traction. And like to what we were talking about earlier is because I didn't overthink it. I just was like, this is what's on my mind. I'm just going to post about it. I mean, now I'm like, shit, now I got to plan the group, but I'm excited too, because it's stuff that I love. And I think it's a good combination of the things I love. Like, I love fitness, I love food, and I love fashion. So, and my team has given me like a hard time lately, like that I need to be like talk more about my fashion and everything. So I'm really excited about it. So it was just one of those perfect examples of like, creating content's great, but create the type of content that your tribe is going to get excited about. You've got to put back in the work that it takes to create customers, to create residual income. So what I mean by that is like it's a balance of bringing people on, but also giving them the tools that they need in order to help them to be successful, in order to get to that next level, and to where you want to be. So many people put too much energy in different areas. So like, again, maybe you create too much content. Maybe you just spend too much time talking to people. Maybe you don't spend enough time listening to people. Like, what is it exactly they need? And I'm guilty of that, guys. Like, my hardest times in my business where I'm just super stressed and I'm like, I'm just going to email a bunch of people and it's like a generic message. And I wonder why they don't get back to me and I'm not making sales. It's because I'm being a robot and I'm not connecting with them and I'm acting like an asshole because I'm like not being super caring. I'm not asking them the right questions. I'm not customizing, the program for them or what's going to work with them. I'm just trying to promote a new program that like Beachbody's telling me I need to do. Which is one of my other points. Like, I love most of Beachbody's programs and I'm super excited to like promote new ones. Shift Shop, I actually thought I was going to hate because I'm such a Shanti fan. And I like was like, no, you're getting rid of Shanti. Who's this new black guy? but I seriously love him. I'm seriously obsessed with Shift Shop, and I'm so excited to share it. But honestly, guys, if you're not connecting with a program, if you're like, this is just not for me, then like, screw it. Like, don't push it, because it won't come across as natural. It's just going to come across as like you're trying to sell something again, like whatever it may be. If it's not, like even like free groups, like if I'm doing like a free group on, I don't know, like crock pot, okay? Like this is something I've done before because it's really popular for the fall. I mean, I love crock pot recipes, but I don't make them enough for like to get too excited about it. So like those groups for me haven't been great, but I see other coaches crushing them, but it's because it works for them. It's like they're home, they're moms, they're crock potting every day. I can't even say that. Try to say that fast 5 times. But like, it just like, for me in this part of like moment in my life, it's just not a thing. So like find what works for you, find what your niche is, like yeah, Meg, like maybe for you, it's like talking more about like teaching now again, like now you're a teacher, like the stress of it, like how you can fit shit in your life, like you're pulling your hair out, but you love it because you love the kids. Like, you know, what meals fit in for that reason? Like what meals are on the go? I'm attracting so many people. I'm realizing recently about like hardworking people who like need easy things to eat throughout the day. Because I'm like showing my like easy snacks that I'm like bringing in my lunchbox, you know? So like, no wonder I'm attracting that kind of tribe, because that's what I'm showing. So think about those things, and, you know, don't try to copycat what other people doing because it's working for them. Do things that work for you. And I know it's scary because it's like easy to look at someone and be like, oh my God, it's so fun, a crock pot thing. I would love to do that. And I'm just using it as an example, and that might work for you. So I'm not saying don't do that, but for me, it just hadn't worked. With that said, don't waste all of your energy on content. Again, try to find a balance between talking to people, creating content, holding trainings, talking with your upline coach, investing in your personal development. Create a schedule if you have to be that organized in order to do this, because honestly, it's a really easy to get in a habit of a coach to like literally spend 3 hours creating content and be like, fuck, that was my 3 hours to do everything. And I just ate it up doing content. Like literally, I've been setting timers for myself lately on my phone, like 20 minutes just to read personal development, or 20 minutes just to reach out to people. And at the end of the 20 minutes, I'm like, shit, like I was going to reach out to so many more people. But at the end of the day, it's like anything. I'm starting to compare it to corporate America. When the day ends and you still have something else you can do, you just have to accept that it's going to be moved to the next day. Like you can't do it all in one day. Like even if it's a new training, it's so hard for us, I think, to like put ourselves in that mental state sometimes and to like accept that we can't do it all, but it's just not going to happen. So that's a reality. Melanie Mitro is one of my huge mentors. I love her. And she does this. Like she literally just post-its for herself every day. Hold on, I'm trying to get one. She just post-its and she literally writes the 5 big things she's going to do every day. She puts it on her computer. She only does those 5 things, even though she has 10 million more things that she wants to accomplish. Because at the end of the day, she knows if I only set those 5 goals, I will accomplish those 5 goals. How many times have you, because I know I've done this, I have those 5 goals in mind, but since I'm not organized about it, because I'm not like focusing on it, I only get one of them done. And I kind of half-ass it because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm trying to create a new training and it's not even that great because I just like got so distracted because I'm comparing myself to other people, or I'm over analyzing what I'm trying to do. I'm not talking to my tribe. I'm trying to talk to everyone. So like think of those type of things. And like, again, next week's call will help with this, with like narrowing things down with the avatar. But I just wanted to open it up with this call to start getting you guys in the mindset of like big picture, what am I trying to accomplish every day? So again, like don't focus too much time on content. Your business does not grow from creating an ebook or creating a website. Your business grows from talking to people and getting them excited and getting them on board and connecting with you. Okay, so step 2, accountability. Surround yourself with the right people who are going to push you. This is huge. I mean, this goes back to our tribe, guys, and we have to use each other more. We have to like reach out to each other more, post in the team page, feel that support. The avatar. Meg, the avatar is basically who your tribe is. So basically what you sent me the other day, like who is a person you want to be like speaking to? So like we make basically an avatar is what we're going to do is go through these questions of like, developing in your mind who that person is. So kind of talking about who you are and like who you want to attract. So that's what it is. It will make more sense next week when we go through the questions. And I feel like you're already doing that in your mind too. So surround yourself with the right people who are going to push you. Again, our team, like who are the other people in your life? Like for Meg Howe, like I know it's Dakota, like the people that respect your goals, the people that like want you to like support knowing your bigger picture and where you want to get in your life. Like who's surrounding you is your everything. And like, you know, like for me, like the way I look at it is I tell people and I give them tough love. I tell them like, if you don't get support from your significant other in this business, it's just not going to work. Like it's going to be really hard if you don't get support from the people you spend the most of your time with. And the reason is because you're dealing with people in this business, like you're giving your heart to people. It's like there are hard days and you need someone that understands your passion and your love for it, who's going to, on those hard days, say, keep going, honey. I know how exciting this is for you. I know how much it means to you. I know how passionate you are about it. You know, it's just tough right now. Keep pushing through. Instead of saying, you know what, this seems hard, like just give up. You need the person that's going to push you. So, you know, he said a really like thing that like really I like meant something to me. He said, show me your network and I'll show you your net worth. And to me, I was like mind blown because I'm like, yeah, that's true. Like whether it's our team, who you surround yourself with, whether it's your spouse, and I know you can't maybe change that right now, but it's something to think about. Like, you know, have a conversation with them if you don't feel like they're supporting you and how much this means to you. And then personal development. Are you surrounding yourself with, like, you reading the right things? Like, how are you spending your time daily? Are you like watching depressing TV? Are you reading depressing news? Are you spending your time fueling your mind with things that are going to help you grow and be a better coach and a better person? So that's what he means by like surrounding yourself with people who are going to help you get to where you want to be. The network, the people you spend your time with. So some of you need to get yourself like around people who think on a higher level. It's not about the money. And I'm not saying like people that are making millions of dollars yet. It's about the mindset. Are they in the same mindset than you? Are they thinking on a higher level? Do they want, like, are they not scared of wanting more out of life? Like, I can't tell you how many people I thought would be incredible at this business, but they've just let themselves down because they were like, you know, my life's good. And I'm like, yeah, your life is good. Like, that's fine. But it's okay to want more. It's okay to want great. And I think a lot of people get stuck in their mind. Like I was there, like when I started coaching, I was like, am I an asshole for wanting more out of my life and like not feeling okay with where I'm at? Like settling for like where my life was. And I will say settling. And again, some people think that's a negative word because they don't want to make themselves feel bad about where they are. But it's not making yourself feel bad about where you are, guys. It's changing your mindset to be opening to new things and knowing that you're so capable of more. Like you're capable of not living paycheck to paycheck. You're capable of paying off your debt years before you thought you could. You're capable of that dream home. For me, maybe you're capable of that dream purse and shoes you always wanted. You know, like whatever it may be, you're capable of that and it's okay to want it. So get yourself in that mindset of thinking on a higher level. Jim Rohn says that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you don't have 5 awesome people in your life right now, then do personal development, surround yourself with the team more, think bigger, buy books and trainings, you know, that get you in that mindset. Do things that keep your fire lit. And for me, guys, like this training is like one of the biggest things, like a perfect example of like, I watched this video by Josh Coates and I literally was like, yes, this is like what I need to hear right now, which is why I'm bringing it to all you guys. So, and I will say, like, I'm being real with you guys, it is a daily challenge to keep this fire lit. Meg Howe on the phone, it's funny because I keep having to say I mean, you know too, Meg, like both Megs, like it's like literally a daily challenge because you have super highs and you're like, yes, I'm crushing it. I got this new coach that I'm obsessed with. You know, my results, like, look at this, like, you know, mini skirt I fit into again. We just got back from Summit and I saw the team and I'm like, woo! And then life happens and you're like, fuck, I'm busy. Something just happened, like my cat died, or like I'm feeling fluffy today, and you're just like not excited. You're just not excited. You're not excited about life. You're not excited about posting. You don't feel inspiring. And then those are the moments though to realize like, fuck, that's actually where I'm super inspiring is like the real person. And guys, I struggle with this all the time. I've struggled this for the last 3.5 years as a coach because I struggle with perfection. I struggle with always wanting to be seen as like having it together and like being the best coach for you guys and being like the best in my own life and like having my shit together. And then I realized like it's those moments of my struggle and pushing through that really inspires people. So like I'm trying to get better about talking about, but it's hard. It's hard to keep that fire lit. So even in those tough times, you feel inspiring and you know this is what people need to hear. This is like the vibe you got to put out there in those moments of vulnerability in order to connect with people and get excited about sharing the opportunity because you know that's going to change a life. You know, it's a challenge, guys, but it's worth it. If you really want to get a higher place in your life and in this business, those moments are worth embracing and putting yourself out there and being vulnerable to people and talking to them through the Facebook or obviously live, if that's an option for you. So lastly, step 3, attack your limiting beliefs. So let me explain what I mean by that. So it's the things in your mind that are blocking you from achieving what you really want. So like, you know, most of the time we only allow ourselves to think about, you know, what we really want just for a few seconds because it scares the shit out of us. We're like, we can't commit to those things. I'm so scared. Like, I'm just not capable of it. Like, yeah, I would really love that. Like even saying seven figures, I'm like, I'll fucking never do that. Like, I mean, it'd be fabulous, but like, I just can't imagine. Like, even my dream home right now seems like so far from me. And like, we live in this incredible apartment in Boston. Like, I'm doing well for myself, but like, I don't know. It just scares me because I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of disappointing myself. I'm scared of disappointing the people around me and my family. So like, what are those things for you? Like, what are those things that you're telling yourself that you're not capable of? And then, you know what we do? We set smaller goals for ourselves. We take those bigger goals away because we're so scared we can't achieve them. In our mind, we don't think that they're achievable, and we allow ourselves to lessen that. We immediately back down because we have these limiting beliefs. So ask yourself right now, and I've been asking myself for weeks now after this call, is that really what I want? Is that really what you want? Or is it just what you think you're capable of? Do you really want those smaller things you're telling yourself, those smaller goals? Or do you really want these bigger things like, those are the things that you're fighting for. Those are the things on your dream board. Speaking of, here's my dream board. There's an amazing closet with shoes in there, by the way. And there'll be a fridge. I'll like hang out in there. Like, if those are the things you really want, or are those the things like you're so scared of because you're just like scared to disappoint yourself, or you're scared of not achieving them? Those are the things we need to be fighting for every day, because those are the things that are going to push us through the hard times. Those are the things that are going to make us wake up at 5 a.m. and message that extra person who we really didn't want to talk to. And when someone says no, we're not going to turn the other way and give up. And when we eat a cookie and we feel fluffy that day, we're not going to give up. You guys are capable of everything you want. I truly believe that, especially with the 3 of you on the phone right now. I freaking love all of you. And you're so capable of everything you want. I truly believe that, but you guys need to believe it. Because anything you are thinking manifesting inside of you, like, means that you have the power to achieve it. But you need to believe it in yourself. You need to believe you're capable. So I have some questions, and I'll post these on the page too, but like, what are you limiting your beliefs? I don't think that makes sense. I'll figure that out. Are you telling yourself you don't care about success and don't care about money? I feel like a lot of people tell themselves this. I never do, because I know I care about money. But like, do you tell yourself you don't care about money? I remember doing a call like a year into this business and talking about money and really rubbing people the wrong way because they weren't prepared to talk about it. But I'm like, why are we all here? I mean, yes, we love helping people. We want to be better ourselves. I'm definitely here for those reasons. I really, like, that's really what, like, two of the reasons why I'm here. But I'm also here because I want to make money, because I want a life, because I want a future for myself and my family. And I'm not going to lie to myself about that. But so is there anyone on this call who can honestly say that they don't care about money? Raise your hand.
I would say, I mean, money obviously matters to an extent.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not like the number one thing.
No.
Am I yelling? Sorry, Cody's telling me I'm yelling because I have a headphone. I have a earbud in.
No. But the point is, like, if I had a check right now and I said, Meg, I love you. I have this extra money. I have $1 million. I'm going to give it to you. Would you take it?
That's a loaded question. I wouldn't take it all for myself.
Right. Because again, but I'm not saying this all has to be for yourself. Like, what could you do with an extra $500, an extra $2,000, an extra $10,000, $1 million? You could do so many things for your family. It's not, when people think of money, they think it's selfish, but it doesn't have to be selfish. It doesn't mean that it's going into your bank account for things for you. It's going towards a lifetime of happiness and maybe financial freedom, kids' college. I know family's important to you, like them feeling like they can have what they need and not suffering. So like, you know, it's thinking in a different way about money. So like, I feel like when people say they don't care about money or they, you know, they don't need anything more, they think it's because they're content. But honestly, like Josh talked a lot about like, no, it's laziness. And I connect with that a lot. And I know it's a fine line, and I know people can easily roll their eyes right now, but think about it. Like, really think about it. Are you too lazy to do more? Are you content or are you lazy? Like, content means being happy and thankful for what you have. It doesn't mean that you don't want more. It's okay to be content, but it's also okay to want more and to put in that time and to want to make a difference in people's lives and to want to create a more sustainable income for your family. You know, right now, to be honest, like I'm very content. Like I'm blessed. I feel incredibly grateful every day. And I'm trying to figure out like, what is my new why again to like gain that momentum and excitement to continue to push forward, because I feel like it's constantly changing business. Because to your point, Meg, it's not just about money for me. It's not. But so what else? What is it? It's changing other people's lives. It's feeling like I left my mark on the world. It's not having to worry. It's my parents, like, not that I want to say this, but like it's my parents getting sick one day and being able to take care of them. It's so many things like that money can do for you. It's being able to travel the world more, something that I absolutely adore and love to do. So those are the things, like those are the things that are on my vision board. Like those are the things that get me excited. You know, having that financial freedom and the ability to spend time with the loved ones that you want to be able to have. I mean, the reality is if none of us wanted more right now, we wouldn't be on this call, right? Like you would have been comfortable with your life. You wouldn't have wanted to change your health and fitness. You wouldn't care about helping others and giving back. You'd be what some may think is content, but it's not content. It's settling. It's lazy. It's not wanting more. That's the easiest way to put it. It's not wanting to make a difference in the world. It's not using your gift that God gave you to impact the world in a positive way. So, you know, it's okay to be content, but don't be lazy and understand what you're capable of and like put your step forward every day in order to get there. You know, and don't think that other people have something you don't. Like so many people think in this business, like, I don't have what it takes. All of us start at the same place, guys. You know, we just decide to show up every day. The reason why you're on this call right now is because you show up. You choose to show up. You choose to make a difference. Consistency builds confidence in this business. Consistency is key. Every time my business is lacking, it's because I'm not being consistent. And I absolutely 100% know that. And I point the finger back at myself. I don't point it at the team. I don't point it at my boyfriend or my coach or whoever you want to point it at, or Beachbody themselves. I pointed at me. I know I have the tools. I know I've given tools that other people. And I choose to show up and be consistent. And if I don't choose to do that, that's on me. So think about that and hold yourself accountable in that way. Understand that, you know, if you're not showing up and if you're not getting results, that's on you, not your team. you do have what it takes. You guys, you know, everyone has what it takes on this team in order to get them where they want to be. This is not only for some people. Like, honestly, my boyfriend has said this and I had to slap him in the face. Like, this is only for pretty people. He's like, it's only for pretty bombshell blondes, because he looks at Lindsay that way. And I'm like, you're an asshole. He's like, those are the only girls that are going to be successful. And I was like, well, by the way, my team is gorgeous, but it's not all about looks. But seriously, like, these are the things that people think. You have to be pretty. You have to be outgoing. You need to be good at graphics. Like, it's all bullshit, guys. Like, you have to be you. You have to have a heart. You have to, you have to understand social media. You have to do the due diligence. You have to talk to people. You have to be consistent. By the way, you're all beautiful, but like, that's not the only reason to be successful. You know, you're not just a babe magnet that like people are attracted to for that reason. You're an inspirational woman who's like freaking pushing through her excuses every day, who, you know, is going, like, making herself vulnerable and going out of like her comfort zone in order to help people and help themselves. And then lastly, the one that's my favorite, I'm not a natural leader. So like, when you grow into a leader and you're growing your team, I mean, I can't tell you how many times, and honestly, this is what I'm guilty of too, like not feeling like I have what it takes to be a leader. And a lot of people, you know, break in this business because they're so scared to step up and be a leader of like their own team. But the number one thing I've learned about leadership is that leadership is not as hard and complicated as you make it, guys. And I'll say that again. Leadership is not as hard and complicated as we make it. And trust me, I know that because I literally have lived and breathed it and have overanalyzed it and like got down on myself and have been a bad leader because I was trying to be too good of a leader, if that makes any sense. Because I tried too hard, because I tried to be perfect instead of being who I was and speaking authentically, you know, listening to my heart and speaking from the heart. You know, there's something about leadership that we have all put on this pedestal that is just BS. No one is naturally good at it all. Some people like have put in more time and energy into being a leader that they want to become. That's what makes them different. That's what makes them shine above. You know, they're consistent and they literally do the due diligence to learn about leadership, to know what it takes to be a good leader, and to just be authentically themselves and attract their tribe and, you know, attract what gives them purpose and what they feel like they have the gift to give people. So just like some people put like way more time and effort into having six-pack abs, I love this example, which I'm realizing now is like a lot of hard work because I like wine. Like, you need to be just as committed as to being a good leader as you want to be committed to like getting abs. Like, you literally, it's not something that's natural to anyone. Like, you have to put in the work. Like, be who a better leader. People who are better leaders, it's just because they are committed to being a great leader. If you really want to be a great leader, the only thing that you need to do is have a heart to serve and an intentional game plan. Like, literally, like, after hearing this and implementing it, like, I truly believe this. And it's taken me a long time to get here, but I really believe with his words, and I really believe that this aligns with like what being a good leader is. So let me ask you guys this. How many of you want to take the energy that you have and put it into something that's going to give you the results that you have never gotten before? Raise your hand. Me. How many people are sick and tired of watching everyone else be successful and are ready for a change and ready to commit? Yay! Yay! Touchdown! So guys, I'm so committed to working with you, each and every one of you, more and closer and one-on-one, and putting together a game plan that works to grow your business. Again, next week we're going to talk about avatar. And for people that don't know what an avatar is, it's really like digging deep into like, who is your tribe? Who are you trying to talk to? Like, what should your post be surrounded by every day? Again, it aligns with like the free groups you want to be running. Yeah, I mean, it's a really exciting thing. It's basically developing that person and thinking about who am I and what are the gifts I have to give to the world so I can attract the same tribe as me. And it takes some vulnerability. It does. Like when I first put mine together, I looked back at it today and I'm like, oh, that's kind of bullshit. Like I really wasn't digging deep. It was like too generic. Like, yeah, it was all the things like I love, but it wasn't like talking about the struggles that I had in my life necessarily, and the things that I really had to overcome, the things that really are going to speak to people, like my anxiety and my eating disorder and my depression and me feeling I had to be perfect all the time and me having self-body images. Like, I mean, the list could go on and on. It's like, in talking to people in a way that like or like having a bad relationship with food and speaking to that, like nutrition is such a big part of what we do. And so many people struggle with it. So like, those are the things to start thinking about for next week's call. We're going to go through an exercise where I'm going to ask several questions to have people kind of, it's going to be an interactive session. So like on the spot, I might, have people jot things down and voice it if you feel comfortable speaking on the call. And then everyone can do it on their own and we can, bring it to the table if we want. I think for this team, honestly, what would be amazing if everyone really would get more vulnerable and like really lean on each other more. Like I want everyone to feel like we're here for each other and that, we're here to support you guys, because that's really like so much of what we do. And so much of like, again, what Josh talked about was like having that tribe and that accountability and those people that are really going to push you every day. And that's all of us, but we all have to feel it. And it can't take one of us. It has to take the tribe. It has to be like Meg posting in the page and being like, fuck, I'm having such a hard day. Like, just speaking, like, just feel like you can like be vulnerable and like share your heart with people. And because you guys do on your posts, like do it in the team page, but like even in a bigger way where you're asking for help or you're asking for love or you're asking for support. It doesn't have to be on a one-on-one scale. It can be on a larger scale. And I think we'll all feel closer and we'll all feel more connected and all feel like we're really helping each other if we do that. So I love you guys. Does anyone want to say anything or have any questions or anything before we hang up? I love how much you swear, Meg, too, because I love swearing. Someone actually wrote in one of the leadership pages today, I will never trust someone who doesn't swear. And I was like, yes, that's me. Someone said to me before, too, that, like, saying the word fuck, it means just you're a passionate person. And I was like, yep, that's true. That's me. My mom gets mad at me. This is my mom, by the way, Meg. She gets mad at me when I swear, but I love swearing. So I love you guys. I want the dollars to be more comfortable and make more money for music festivals. I love you. It's my little festival girl. I love music too. It literally like does something to my heart. We saw Ed Sheeran this past Friday and he was so amazing. He was so great. All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys soon. I'll post this in the page and I'll make sure I give people like an exercise of questions to go through too. And then we'll talk next week. Love you guys.
Bye. Have a great week.
Bye. Hi, Dakota. Bye.